Hello everyone, welcome to Coaching Team Talk. So I am Life Coach Tricia from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for self-expression. So this coaching conversation is for the people who are struggling to express themselves, and also for the people who want to understand how important being able to really express themselves. So my mission is to create a safe space for you and for the people that you love. Express as a journey on the freedom to choose to stay alive and to dream big again. So ayan, so thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today, and please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I will be sharing in this session. So you may give some shout outs to the people that you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. If you're watching this on a replay, please don't forget to comment hashtag replay. So I am streaming live via Facebook page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. And if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So hello everyone, this is my 31st episode about coaching for self-expression. So for today, we will be talking about what are the helpful ways dealing with anger. So last episode we talked about what is anger. So most of the time anger is one of the emotion that I struggle in expressing because I saw that that anger is an emotion that like it is an emotion that the people around me see it as a bad emotion, that when you are able to express it, then you are also considered as a bad people. So that's one of the myths of being able to express anger. So I really want to talk about with you today what is the helpful ways of dealing with anger, so that it can really help us to really express when nafe-feel natin yung certain emotion na to. Because most of the time when we are not able to really express this emotion, ah, there are tendency na hindi natin makontrol or hindi natin makokontrol kapag gusto natin ma-express yung emotion na to, kasi punong-puno na tayo ng emotion na to. So, for how many years I've been struggling in expressing this emotion, and by being able to really journeying for more than a year right now in self-expression, it really helped me to really to really understand this certain emotion, and to really help them to um to really help the people in my space to understand that this certain emotion is not a bad emotion, but it is part of a human being, or part siya ng daily life natin, to really feel this emotion. And it doesn't mean when you are able to express this emotion, you are also a bad people, or this is a bad emotion. But I really want to understand that anger is one of the basic emotion as a human being that we can really feel in every day. So ayan, so before I share with you about the helpful ways of dealing with anger, let me introduce myself. So I am Life Coach Tricia. You can call me as Coach Tricia or Coach Trish. I am a certified co-actively co-create life coach and mental health coach by Master Coach A. I'm a professional public speaker from Coach A Tribe Speaker, where I was a scholar, and we train and journey for more than 20 weeks in learning what is public speaking, and how we can really uh, how we can really express ourselves through public speaking. So we've learned what are the things that we can share inside the class, or what can I express in through public speaking. And I really encountered and experienced that public speaking is a great way for me to really express myself, and it really helped me a lot to really express myself right now, and to do a lot of things na hindi ko kayang gawin dati, like doing a Facebook live. Like mas comfortable ako ngayon doing my Facebook live by being able to really learn what is public speaking, and the importance of public speaking in as a uh, as a as a life coach. So ayun. So right after the training inside the Coach A Tribe Speaker class, I also become one of the coaching speaker during the Summit 2021 that happened last August 10 to 11, and was really able to express my own message through my topic expression barometer. What kind of air do you need to breathe like your team sinners? If you want to watch it, just comment in the comment section below, and I can connect with you, because we still have the replay of the Sabot Summit 2021. So ayan. I'm also a master builder apprentice of Master Coach A. We build try to help your unstoppable dream come true. So this really helped me a lot to really understand how important having a tribe is, and to really being able to really see how important having a community is. So ayan. So I journeyed for more than 7 months inside the Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A. I'm also a mental model collector inside the Be Learning Society of Master Coach A. And it is a space where we learn about the mental models. And if this is the first time if you are hearing about mental models are explanation how our brain works. It is it really help us to really understand ourselves, that we've got our own perspective, and also the people in our space. We've got different perspective in our life and how we see the world. So yeah, and so I am also the founder and creator of Express the Dream Big Again coaching community, and my mission is to create a safe space for you and for the people that you love. Express as a journey on the freedom to choose to stay alive and to dream big again. So inside my community, I really I'm doing a lot of things to really recalibrate that can really help someone to really start expressing themselves. My current activities inside the what you can see in the guidelines, in the guides of inside of my community, is we get the vocabulary of self-expression, where you can learn new words that can really help you to really express yourself. Because most of the time when we cannot see it, or we do not know the right words that can really express kung ano ba yung gusto natin ano yung tawag doon sa certain emotion or certain experience that we are experiencing. Hindi natin siya ma-express. So, that's why I really love to really share with you new words, and with definition can really help you to really express yourself. And we got also the 21 days inside, 21 days emoji challenge um, inside my community, where you can really learn how to recreate yourself through human emoji. Because when we are able to really understand ourselves, how we express ourselves through facial expression, it can really also allow the people, it can really help us to really let the people in our space to understand us also. Because when we see ourselves, echo, okay, so this is how we express ourselves through facial expression. So those are the things, simple things that we can really start in expressing ourselves. So I'm really inviting you to join me inside my community, and let's journey together in self-expression. Yeah, and let me share this photo with you. So these are the photo with you. A photo of me during my episode of coaching for self-expression. If you can see the first photo and then the second photo. So as I this is a space where I really journey also for in self-expression. I become more comfortable in talking about it, and I really able to really share how important being able to really express yourself. So also it's nito din yung photo ko where it really help you to really this is my community, the Express the Dream Big Again Coach Community, which is I mentioned earlier. So ayan, so this is a space where you can really just express yourself and express to live and make a difference. Ayan. So you can also connect with me through my page, that is Life Coach Tricia. But which I'm doing a Facebook Live. My goal is to really do my live every day, and yeah, I mean, I really wanted to really share with you. I'm doing my live inside the page, the 101 ways on how you can express on how I express myself. So nasa episode 3 ako, and I will be hopefully I will be continuing it each day. I'm praying na ma-continue siya, so that the people in my space can really learn that there are a lot of things that we can do to really express ourselves. And inside my community, I will be doing the live of with another person on how do they express themselves. So if you wanted to learn more about it, just inviting you to join us inside the community. And you can also visit the Dito Cover Republic Facebook page. Yeah. So as we begin, let me remind you to share the things that you've learned in this session, that the things that connected or you na gusto mong matutunan. So you can share that in your space, and by being able to really being able to write it down can really help you na it can really help your brain na mas ma-recognize siya. And when you are able to express it naman in your digital space, as you express yourself, you also allow the people in your space to express it. So I encourage you to share the things that you've learned today. And don't forget to write the hashtag #PackMyBagMoment and hashtag Coaching Team Talk. Ayan. And as we begin today, let me ask you this question. How do you feel right now? What specific emotion do you feel right now? So if you can see, we've got five emotions here from the inside out. We've got joy, sadness, we've got anger, disgust, and fear. But we can have the another emotion from the six basic emotion is also surprise. So what kind of what emotion do you feel right now? So yeah, and so let me have a quick discussion about my topic last week. So let's begin with what is anger. So anger is an intense emotion that you feel when something has gone wrong or someone has wronged you. It is typical characterized by feeling of stress, frustration, and irritation. So everyone feels anger from time to time. It is perfectly normal to respond to frustrating or difficult situations. This is the definition of anger from very well mind. So for you, how do you define your the emotion anger? So ano ba yung definition mo ng emotion na anger? So ayan. So these are the characteristic of anger. So this is the typical characterized of anger. So we've got different characteristic of anger, but these are the typical. Okay. So anger doesn't look the same in everyone, and we all express it in different ways. So some outward characteristics you might notice when you are angry include raised voices, clenched fist, frowning or scowling, physical trembling, rapid heartbeats, and sweating excessively. So ayan, so these are the outward characteristics that you might notice when you are angry that it goes. And also when we are angry, the body goes through certain biological and physiological changes. Example of this is the increase of energy levels. It also rises the blood pressure, and it increases the body temperature. So these are the typical things that you can encounter when you are experiencing this kind of emotion. And the common myths of about the anger is anger daw is a bad emotion, and when we feel the emotion anger, we cannot control. So there is no such thing po as a good or bad emotion. So what anger is part of the six basic emotions. So when you are being able to feel about it, this is so normal po. So from time to time, it's normal to feel anger. And this myth is related to the as discussed. When we ito namang second myth po, the anger cannot control we cannot control anger. But it doesn't really, it's not true po. When we are able to really identify or to really define what is anger, it can really help us to really control it and to become aware na yung emotion na nafe-feel natin is anger. It can really help us to really become more conscious effort to rise above your anger. It can help you regain control of your reaction. So these are the things that I've discussed from last week. So you can watch this on a link on the of this live where you can learn again what is anger. So these are the types of anger. We've got passive aggressive anger, the assertive anger, and openly aggressive anger. And you can anger can also be expressed in either one of the two ways, the verbally and non-verbally. So when we talk about verbally, when a person expresses their anger verbally, you are likely to see them raise their voices. There might become insulting and say hurtful words, or their anger is directed at another person. But when we talk about non-verbally, you will notice some slight physical changes in a person who expresses their anger non-verbally. They might frown or scowl and clench their jaws and fists. They may also lash out at another person or object, sometimes causing physical damage to the person or object, and in some cases, even hurting themselves. And from that, let me share with you what are the unhelpful ways that we do of dealing with anger. Ano ba yung mga unhelpful ways na ginagawa natin or to really deal with our anger? So the first is the unhelpful ways that we do in dealing with anger is we ignore the anger. So this is the more typical way that I do in dealing with my anger. I really ignore na yung emotion na feel ko is anger. Kahit I am aware that it was anger, but hindi ignore ko sa sarili ko that anger yung feel ko. So Some people respond to anger by not admitting even to themselves that they were angry. Defense mechanism often used to ignore anger include laughing an issue off, distracting oneself from the problem, and trivializing the material's impact. So this is the first unhelpful ways that we do in dealing with anger. And next is don't keep the anger inside. So, ito yung sinasabi natin na most of the time, kinikimkim natin yung galit sa loob. And we thought na makakabuti siya because it doesn't really hurt other people in our space, but we are also hurting ourselves. So, there are people who do recognize that nagalit sila, but however, they choose to obsess about their anger in silence rather than express it. They can bring grudges for a long time. People like this, also called stuffers, are more likely to develop hypertension compared to the others. They are also like just explode one day once the anger has built to the point that they cannot keep inside anymore. So we've got a name for the people who kinikimkim nila yung galit nila sa sarili nila. We call them stoppers. And when you are able to really you are kind of person who keep on tinatago yung sakit, yung galit sa loob nila, you are more likely to really develop a hypertension. So it's really good to really express it and to really na-acknowledge mo siya, pero it's really important to have a person who can you really start expressing yourself. Like, kung hindi mo pa siya directly ma-express dun sa taong or dun sa reason kung bakit nagagalit ka, it's important to have a life coach or to have a someone that you can really express it and allow it to process this emotion that you are feeling. So the next is one of the unhelpful ways of dealing with anger is being aggressive. So, pinipili mo hindi maging aggressive. So, the right to vent, don't get aggressive. So, the right to vent your anger doesn't extend to doing it in a ways that can hurt others or hurt yourself and damage property. And aggression can be verbal or physically. So, this is the third unhelpful way in dealing with anger. So, next is don't get passive aggressive. So, um, this is the normal this is what I really encounter normally in the people in my space when galit sila sa certain people, they choose to express it indirectly. So the passive aggressiveness refers to the indirect and underhanded means to get back at the person who made you angry. So example of the passive aggressive behavior are gossiping, tardiness, and backbiting. So yeah, this is also where it happened with the backstabbing in our generation. That's what we call it. We backstab people to really when we feel angry to a certain people, and sometimes people just do hindi nila ma-express yung anger na feel nila doon. They do backstabbing in the people around them also to really express the anger that they feel. And the lastly, that one of the unhelpful ways of dealing with anger is don't use non-constructive communication style. So, avoid the use of indirect attacks and unproductive statement. This includes blaming, labeling, preaching, moralizing, ordering, warning, interrogating, uh, and lecturing. So these are non-constructive communication styles that we used to choose when we feel the emotion of anger. So these are the things that we do when we these are the handful ways of dealing with anger that we do, and doesn't really help us and it doesn't really help our health. Especially it's not really good to really in these unhelpful ways are these the things that especially in our generation, these are the things that we do to really escape or i-avoid namin yung conflict, because in our generation we choose to really avoid the conflict so that um we cannot really have that kind of conversation with another person. So, hello, Coach Ting. Thank you for joining me today. Hello, Coach Sean. Good morning po. And Coach Nord. So, and Coach Mau, hello po. So, these are the things that can really, that doesn't really help us to really deal with anger. So the first is don't ignore the anger, don't keep the anger inside, don't get aggressive, don't get passive aggressive, and lastly, don't use non-constructive communication style. So being able to understand the unhelpful ways of dealing with anger, let me share with you the helpful ways of dealing with anger. So these are the helpful ways with dealing anger. So first is do acknowledge that you are angry. So the first step that you can really do to really to help yourself in dealing with anger is to do acknowledge what that you are angry. So it's really important that you know how to recognize that you are angry and give yourself permission to feel it. This can be as simple as saying as yourself, I am angry. Remember that you cannot control something or don't admit exists. So the first thing that you can do in can really help you to really deal with anger is to recognize or to become more aware that you're feeling the emotion that you're feeling is anger. So it's really important to recognize it, to really have a definition of what is anger for you. So how to really, it's really have an important to really have an definition of what is anger, and it's really important that you have a definition of it. So the next is to the next thing that can really help you to deal with anger is to calm yourself before you say something. So in the previous discussion, I've discussed with you the unhelpful ways of dealing with anger. So there is a biological reason why anger can feel overwhelming. Our body is engaged in a flight or flight response. It helps then to defer any reaction until you have reached the return of the normal adaptive phase of the anger cycle. So otherwise, you might end up saying doing something that you do later look at. So what you can do to really calm yourself before you say something is to count 1 to 10. So when you are able to recognize na feel mo na galit ka na, so what you can do before you say something is to count 1 to 10. It can really help you to really calm yourself. And the next is do speak up when something is important to you. So um, this third helpful ways of dealing with anger is one of the things that I really struggle about, that I really struggle in really expressing the anger that I really feel because I usually don't really express, even if it's really important to me. So it's something new for me that really helped me to really to really help me to dealing with anger. So when do speak up when something is important to this is the opposite of keeping it all in. So, ito yung opposite ng kinikimkim mo lahat. So, if a matter is important to you so much so that keeping silent would just result in a physical and mental symptoms, then let it out. If it is not possible to speak to the person concerned, at least look for a trusted friend or a mental health professional or a life coach. So, it's really important to really it's really important to express ourselves. Especially when it's really important. The thing that happened to us or the reason why we feel this emotion is really important to us. It's really important to express it. Kasi kapag hindi mo siya na-express talaga, you can develop a hypertension or it can really result in mental symptoms. It's really important to have someone that you can really express yourself. Ayan. So this is the few the few steps that you can do is to really have someone that you can express it. It doesn't mean you are expressing it passive you are expressing it not directly, but it is something that you are courageously enough to really express it with someone that you trust. So it's really important to have someone that you can express it. So the last helpful ways of dealing with anger is do explain how you are feeling in a manner that shows ownership and responsibility for your anger. So it doesn't mean when you are uh, if you uh, uh, if you are gonna express the emotion that you feel the anger, it doesn't mean you are not going to be responsible in expressing it. So take ownership and responsibility for your feelings. This makes the anger within your control. One way to take ownership and responsibility for your anger is through the use of I message, which would be discussed that I which I discussed with you in my first episode of coaching for self-expression. You can use the I statement we call it the I statement. It can really help you to really take ownership and responsibility for for the certain emotion that you are feeling. So being able to really understand these things I really learned I've being able to recognize unhelpful and helpful ways of dealing with anger. It really helped me to really understand that ignoring anger is not helpful. It's not a helpful coping tool. So for how many years I've been ignoring the anger that I feel inside. So nung I'm able to really express it, parang wala siyang katapusan. Like nung nag-start ko lang ako mag-express, like kahit gusto kong maganda yung ma-express ko. Sometimes I think of it na hindi siya okay kasi like punong-puno pa siya ng anger. But right now that I'm able to really express myself each day, it really helps me to really understand that ignoring this kind of emotion that I feel is not a coping tool. And next that I really learn about this the helpful ways of dealing with anger. Saying to yourself that I am angry is a simple way to acknowledge your anger. So these are the things that the keynotes that I really learned in my journey in expressing anger. And lastly, counting 1 to 10 is a useful way to really try and calm me down. So it really helped me to really understand that really um, to really take ownership and responsibility by being able to become first before saying anything. So, ayan. Hello, Miss Joy. Thank you for joining me this morning. And sabi ni Coach Lords, do explain how you are feeling in a manner that shows ownership and responsibility for your anger. Yes po, Coach. It's really, these are the things that can really help us to become helpful. That can really help us in dealing with the anger that we feel. So these are the things that I really want to share with you today because maybe sometimes we uh we struggle in expressing the certain emotion that we feel, and most likely the anger that we feel because we consider it as a bad emotion. But let me remind you again that there is no good and bad emotion. It really help of um this is a proper one of the proper way that you can really express it that can really help you to start expressing yourself. So ayan, so those are the things that I really want to share with you today. And from that, I really want you to invite from the coaching workshop that is a Skyrocket the Expression Quotient, a 6 week coaching journey in discovering and understanding your own expression quotient. So we've got 6 modules inside the Skyrocket where we are able to really understand what are the different emotions that we feel. In module 1, we'll be talking about how to really understand yourself. And by being able to really understand yourself, we're going to understand the emotions that we feel. So first, we're going to really understand the 6 basic emotions that we feel. And by each week, we will be deep diving down. Bukod dito sa 6 module 2, we'll be going to deep dive on the what are the different emotions. Like in happiness, we've got enjoy, we got the love, we got the excitement. So nandun siya. So ano ba yung how do you feel the certain emotions? So in this module 1 can really help us to really understand ourselves by being able to really understand a certain emotion or a certain thought that that we really want to express. And in module 2 we'll be talking about what are the your current expression or ways of expressing yourself, and we'll be also uncovering and identify the things and activities that can really help you to really express yourself. So we will be learning new strategies that can allow you to fully express yourself. And we'll be also talking about what are the different roadblocks that preventing you from expressing yourself or from reaching your dreams. And we'll be also talking about what are certain goals we really want to plant seed or that we really want what are the things that we really appreciate about ourselves or the things that we do. And lastly, we're going to learn about what are our fears and how we are going to overcome our fears by learning the step-by-step process of uncovering and overcoming your fears. And lastly, we'll be talking about the mental model and self-expression. We will be learning how your brain works when you are able to express yourself and how our brain works when you are able to really express ourselves. So the 6 week coaching workshop includes unlimited 30-minute personal coaching for 45 days, unlimited chat support for 45 days, and a free mental model masterclass by Master Coaching. And talking about the mental model masterclass by Master Coaching, if you are not yet a smart holder of the learning e-card and you are still missing all the perks that we enjoy, today is the best time to take action. So connect with Coach yourself through 0917-586-1661 to join the Be Learning Society, the 10th Day Learning Community. care of the learning host for mental fitness. So you can get full access to mental model masterclass by Master Coaching. Happening every fourth Saturday of the month, plus benefit from the 90-minute free coaching session with the senior coaching from the Life Coach Philippines. So save the date on November 27 at 7 pesos model last use in creating the Amazon. So I'm really excited for that. So for more information and registration assistant, connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661. So I really want to really encourage you to really invite you to join us inside the Learning Society where you are able to really learn about the different mental models that can really help you to become successful in reaching your dreams. And being able to really understand about mental models can really help you to understand that there are things na meron tayong mga ginagawa, meron ng there are things, there are ways that our mind really works, but hindi natin alam yung tawag doon. So we're really being able to really experience and encounter in this space to really learn ano ba yung mga certain na tawag doon on how our brain works. Because sometimes may mga meron na tayong mga mental model na ginagamit pero hindi lang natin siya na-recognize. So by being able to be part of this class, it can really help you to recognize and to really level up on how your brain works. So it's really excited to learn about it. It can really help you to feel more. It can really help you to really appreciate yourself more. So I'm really inviting you to join us inside the Be Learning Society. And for the individuals who intend to embark on the journey of becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A offers the co-actively co-create life coach certification program. So this is a CPD accredited course with 40 credit units. CPD is all about learning new things or refreshing your knowledge by doing new things. And this is what makes CACC Life Coach Certification Program the perfect track for your continuing professional development. Life coaching is a 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skill in multiple domains and thereby increasingly their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace. So CACC course includes a 21-day web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. So the program package also comes with many other bonuses to connect with Coach Giselle through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. And do join us for another coaching conversation later with Coach Al for coaching for educators at 2 p.m. and Master Coach Jasmine for coaching for God-centered living at 4 p.m. And let me introduce with you the different coaching speaker inside the coaching team talk where they're sharing their own message inside this segment. So we show up each day at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. So catch us every day in this time. So ayan. So if you have some questions, let me help you. Or if you wanted to know more about me, you can reach me at triciacariño.com. My Facebook is Tricia Cariño and my phone number is 0927-997-3015. So once again, this is Life Coach Tricia from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Team Talk. So coaches are like us, think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines, love bomb boom.